What's going on, everyone? ODC here, and I'm back with another action figure review. Today's review, we're going to take a look at the Mythic Legions Advent of Decay. This is Wave 2.0, and this is Gryshaa the Slytherer. So, here is Gryshaa with all of her accessories out of packaging, and I have her other two accessories right here as well. This is pretty much everything that she came with. Here's her packaging. I know I said I was going to do multiples in one video. I think I kind of changed my mind a little bit with that. So I think I might just stick to the one character per video format, especially when it comes down to these characters having a backstory and we're having new characters being integrated with the ones that are already established. So I think to give these new characters some just due, I figured I'll just give them their own individual separate review. Plus, it works better because next week I want to do some Halloween themed stuff. So it'll be a nice little break between that. So, but worry not, I will be doing every review of all of the figures in this wave. So, and I do have all of the figures in the wave. So there's that. But and for those of my GI Joe fans, don't worry, I'm going to be doing some more GI Joe stuff. I have a whole bunch of stuff planned for the last week of October going into November. So, Terry Turner, what's up, man? The G.I. Joe stuff just kind of got put on the back burner for now just because Mythic Legions came in. I've been waiting almost 2 years for these figures, so it's kind of a big deal that they're here. So try to understand that a little bit. I know there were some people asking me about where are my G.I. Joe reviews, but so worry not. They're still coming. You guys know how much I love G.I. Joe, so it's not going anywhere. But yeah, so here is Gryshaa the Slytherer. Slytherer. Two R's in there. Slytherer. But this is probably not going to be a very long review. I'm going to try and keep this down so, you know, the casuals that aren't subbed to my channel, that are maybe new to my channel, they don't have to go through an hour-long process. So anyway, but here is the figure with all of her accessories out of packaging. She is a part of the Red Star clan, which is, I believe, a clan of assassins that are run by, what the heck is his name? Scapular, the Crypt Breaker. He's pretty much, I think, the leader of that group. He's actually featured in the first comic of Mythic Legions in there, and he has like a little he has like a little scene where he kisses somebody, but I won't, no spoilers. Anyway, here's the packaging. Let me get her out of the shot really quick. I'll go through the packaging and that whole spiel. Here's the packaging. The inside card art has not changed. It's been the same since Wave 1. But the back has changed, so this is new for Wave 2. And you can see some of the figures and some of the new characters that have been featured on the back of the card. It's not every figure, but it's a majority of them. Or I wouldn't even say a majority of them. It's a group of them. Because there's, I think, over 40 characters in this wave, which is overwhelming. I'll be honest with you. Unboxing all of these has been kind of overwhelming, doing it within 3-day span. There's the Red Star clan insignia. On the other side, we have a read-up of Gryshaa the Slytherer. Let me just get this in here and get my lighting right, so you guys can pause that and read it. If you are watching this video live, then you're going to have to quickly read that. I'll hold it up as long as possible so you guys can get a little read. And for those of you watching this at playback, not live, you can fast forward through this part if you want to, if you've already read it. Okay, I'll give you guys another 5 seconds, and then I'll take it down. Okay, there we go. There is Gryshaa the Slytherer. So that's the packaging. I can't tell you how much Mythic Legion's paraphernalia I have lying around my house. It's absurd right now. But she comes with a pretty good arsenal, I want to say. She comes with this new kind of swashbuckling sword right here. It's pretty cool. That's a new sculpt right here. I think the technical term for that sword is a Cutlass. Let me know in the comments below if I'm incorrect there, but I'm pretty sure that's what that's supposed to be called, is a Cutlass. So there's that. Then we have this staff over here, which is very long and tall, and we've seen it before. This is nothing new. The top of the blade is removable, so you can take that off the post if you need to. As far as this is seen, we've seen it with multiple other characters in Wave 1 and the second wave after that, and then the other wave. This is technically 2.0, but there were I think 3 or 4 waves prior to 2.0. There was like 1.25, 1.75, 1.8, I think. Technically, they didn't name it that, but this is technically wave 2.0 from wave 1.0. But we've seen this before with the Templar Knights and whatnot, so nothing new or crazy there. The paint applications are different on them. There's a little bit of gold going throughout the top of the blade. I would say there's a little bit of black paint shading going throughout the blade as well. That's pretty cool. We got some purple paint going around here. And then we have a nice bronze or copper finish right here going throughout the rest of the staff here onto the bottom, where she has a silver spike painted, which is pretty cool. So lots of different paint apps coinciding with each other to make it look really good. She looks like a human version of Kremlin. Yeah, pretty much. Obviously the highlight of the figure here is probably going to be this helmet, and the paint apps. Obviously, that's really where Mythic Legions hits its stride, is its paint applications. And I've gone through this the last 2 days, giving them a lot of praise with their paint apps and stuff like that. But continuing on, I'll get to those in a second. Continuing on with the other weapons that she comes with, we do have this nice sword that we've seen before with most of the orcs and stuff like that. They've come with. I can't talk. My God. But it definitely has better paint apps than the ones I showed yesterday, which had minimal paint apps because those were Legion builders. But she is a new character, so she gets high quality paint apps, and she was also cost a little bit more. But Christopher, what's up, man? How's it going? Human Mechanism, what's going on? And Terry Turner, what's going on? Yeah, the Vampire Knight's very awesome, man. It's pretty awesome. If you can get your hands on them, go ahead and get them, man. I know that Big Bad Toy Store has them up, but they're asking a little bit more. So, but happy hunting, though, Christopher. But this is pretty good. We've seen it with other orcs and stuff like that. And then the paint apps continue to match with this kind of this other sword. I don't even want to call it a short sword because it's not really a short sword. It's a regular sword. It's just compared to the same old sword, which I talk about all the time. It's smaller. But I think it fits the bill for this. I might end up giving her this over this orc sword. I just feel like if you're an assassin, you want the best of the best, and I feel like this sword, while it looks gruesome and cool and all that, you definitely don't want to have chips. I mean, it looks like there's a lot of dulling going on with this sword. I feel like it fits an orc perfect, but an assassin, I don't know. It also looks big and bulky too. So I'm probably going to stick her with the short sword as a backup, and then Ken, what's going on, man? Of course, man. Anytime. I'm glad to do these reviews. I'm enjoying them. I'm enjoying doing them. But I'm going to do each individual character with their own video. So Stay tuned. I'm going to keep trying to churn these out. But I'm going to stick her with this sword, as I was saying, and probably that cutlass, and maybe I'll give her that staff, too. That staff looks pretty damn good, I got to say. Bringing the figure in here, let me get her accessories out of her hand here. I'll give you a good glimpse of the cutlass, which looks really good. This is, like I said, a newly sculpted, newly tooled weapon that we're getting here. Looks really good. So there's that, and I'll take it out of her hand really quick. And so you can get a better, closer look at the handle and the little bit of detail. It's kind of like they have little dimples on the handle for grip, which is pretty cool. You know, that little bit of added detail makes sense, you know, where this one's smooth and it could fall out of your hand easily, probably if it gets whacked hard enough. This one also has some sort of grip on it too. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool that they thought to do that. But bringing her in here, let me back my camera up a little bit here. There we are. That's much better. She looks really cool. She definitely comes with a cloth cape, which is pretty cool. I wish they would come up with some better way of having these capes kind of work. This is the correct way to do it. You're supposed to fold the holes inward, and that's how they're supposed to sit. But the problem with this is that it just doesn't lie like a proper cape would. I don't know. I feel like they should, if you're going to give us these capes, just have two peg holes right here where you just peg it in right there, and then this way you don't have to fold this cape in under like that, because that's what you're supposed to do. It comes with 4 holes on it, and then sometimes this wants to kick in, and then you're stuck with this kind of this thing going on right here, which doesn't look very appealing. So you kind of, if you keep it this way, that's why I left the Ranger with the one hole not pegged in, because it just sat better. And I'll show you what I mean with the Ranger. It just flows a little bit better. Let me back her up so you can see what I'm talking about here. The cape flows a little bit better, where this one just looks kind of, I don't know, meh. As you can see, there's the hole, and that's the one you're supposed to peg inward. So there's that. But I did his review yesterday, so if you want to go check that out, you can. Okay, so it's awesome that we get cloth goods. I'm always about cloth goods. I know there's the community is divided when it comes to cloth good capes or cloth goods on a figure period over sculpted capes or detail. I think when it comes to capes, they have to be cloth. I think it balances the figure better. You get better range of motion with the figure because cloth is pliable, where plastic is hard and gets in the way and weighs the back of the figure down, and the figure just has a better center of gravity when it has cloth mixed in with the plastics. Now, I'm not saying it always ends up looking proper, but if you do it right, then it works. This is a case of where they did it right. I just kind of wish that the holes there weren't 4 holes. I wish there was only 2 holes for pegging. That's the only big gripe I have with the cape. But overall, the paint application, switching off from that to the paint apps here. Whoa, as she's falling over. The paint apps look really good. The top of her helmet here is a nice gold color. Then we have this metallic blue, which really brings out the rest of the helmet, which is just kind of like a brown, it's like a brownish color with some black. Well, it's a brown with black paint shading going throughout, and then we've got some gold studs going throughout the helmet right there. That looks really good. And then how the helmet angles upward towards the back. So it's actually pretty clever because she can actually move her head back up and the helmet doesn't get in the way too much. So you can have her looking up, and it doesn't get in the way. That's really nice. Eventually down the line, maybe with these figures, I would like to get maybe some sort of hinge joint in that neck joint. These are just a ball peg, you know, and it would be nice if we got that hinge joint so we could push the head back further. But you know, that's probably going to be down the line when they start retooling things, or maybe more waves come out. I mean, the options are limitless with Mythic Legions. I mean, they can still keep progressing and progressing them. Anyway, going back to the paint apps, nice detail here on the shoulder armor. And to get the cape on, you have to have the shoulder armor on. If you don't want to have this character with shoulder armor, you're not going to be able to get that cape on. Unless you find other methods, like maybe cutting a hole in the middle and then having the neck peg hold the cape down, which is another option you could go with. But the purples here are really nice. Actually, is that blue? I swear to God, I'm semi-colorblind. But I'm pretty sure that's purple. That matches this purple. It's actually, I want to say this is a little bit of a darker purple, where this is a little bit of a lighter purple right here. So we're getting some variation there in purples. And this is also kind of like a metallic purple, where this is a flat purple. We've got some gold here, gold going throughout every single stud on this chest armor, which is fantastic. I mean, just staring at this thing mixed with the black buckles and the silver, or the black straps with the silver buckles. It just looks so damn good. And then the silver chainmail in between the armors look really good. Just so well done with this sculpt. Looks so good. This is a sculpt that we've seen with some of the figures I've shown already. But I want to give pretty much an in-depth tour of all the detail, the intricate sculpting going throughout, and all of the paint applications as well. We're going back to a metallic purple right here that matches the shoulder. And then we have a metallic purple right here. So really the only, I want to say, flat purples that we have here are down here on the boots, right here on the shin guards, over here on the leg armor right here, or the tunic, whatever you want to call that. And then we have this piece right here on her chest piece, which is pretty cool. On the back, it does continue. Let me lift up her cape here over her head. As you can see, the buckles are all painted silver. The straps are painted black. We've got this nice little detail going throughout here of the sculpting. And then everything just looks really just solid going throughout this figure. It's very consistent. I don't have any issues with paint flaking or anything like that. You know, if I do, I'll probably post something on my Facebook page so you guys know, or post pictures of it if it has any quality control issues. But as of right now, I don't have any issues. So that's a good thing. All of the joints on her are pretty solid. I don't have any issues with that. She is a little bit hindered in the legs, trying to get her legs out due to this leg armor right here, which, you know, I mean, you can switch out the leg armor with another figure. So that's a good thing. That's why these are modular. You can kind of customize them to what you deem is the correct look for them. Or you can leave them the way they came, which is usually what I do, unless I'm like creating a specific character. I usually try to use Legion builders for that. So, but I like to try and pay as much respect to what the Four Horsemen wanted to give us here with this character. So, but there's nothing wrong with customizing it on your own. You can do it any way you want. I guess brown. It's like a metallic brown over here, or copper, I should say, over here for the legs. So we're going from kind of a metallic here on the arms, over here on the arms, also metallic, and then flat for right here. So it's a really good mixture overall with everything. And then we've got some gold studs right here, some metallic purple going throughout. Looks really good. And then brown boots. Looks really good. So really solid. As far as her articulation does go, her head can swivel side to side and can do a full 360 rotation. That one's for you, Strident. Snapped her neck and now she's dead. He hates it when people do that, but I do it anyway. Oh, her arm popped off. No problem. No worries. It pops right back in. So, see, that's the cool thing about these being modular. If an arm pops off, a leg pops off, you can pop it right back in. So, no big deal there. No worries. If the peg snapped, then I'd be pissed. But the arm goes up about that far. It doesn't go up that far. It is very stiff. I might have to use some heat on this, and then I'll probably get better range of motion. Seeing as the peg, let me get this arm out. The peg is very stiff, like it doesn't want to move. So let me try the other arm as I pop it back into place here. There we go. Let me try this arm. Maybe it'll go up. There we go. Now it's going up. That's about maxed out right there. Arms go down. It can do a full 360 without the shoulder armor on. You can just pop that off if you want to. But there's a nice range of motion there in the arm. And then we have a single bend at the elbow, which is a little bit more than 90 degrees. A swivel at the elbow as well. And then we have a swivel at the gauntlet, swivel at the wrist, and hinge joints at the wrist that want to go in. There we go. There you go. And then we have a diaphragm joint right here, which does swivel and can pivot side to side. And then it does crunch forward and back. And that's pretty much it. Let's see if we got some jive turkeys. No jive turkeys. Oh, damn. She does also have a waist swivel. So swivel at the swivel at the diaphragm, swivel at the torso. So there's that bit of information. She can do the splits about that far. So good splits, decent splits. Legs go forward, legs go back. Nice, good range of motion there. Upper thigh swivel. She does have a single jointed knee, which is a little bit more than 90 degrees. That's pretty decent. She does have a swivel at the knee as well. A little bit of room there to swivel. And then she has an ankle hinge, or swivel, excuse me, and an ankle hinge, which points the toe about that far, and then points the heel about that far. And then that's about neutral. And then we do have an ankle pivot. So, and 2 peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So that's pretty much it for Gryshaa the Slytherer. She is an assassin. Like I said, she's a part of the Red Star clan, which is run by, like I said, what was his name again? Oh boy, my brain. Something the Crypt Breaker. I can't remember his name. Scapular. There we go. Scapular the Crypt Breaker. So there we go with her. She is. Let me get her into a fun little pose here. Let me get her doubled down. I'll double down on the weapons here as her arm or hand falls out. They did actually get the peg joints better on these hands than Wave 1, because Wave 1's hands were kind of a pain to get in, or stay in, actually, I should say. But there she is, coming to a murderous spree near you. I wonder how high priced she is. There we go. She's leaning bad. This is her. I'm trying to work with these ankles. They're kind of stiff, I'm going to be honest with you, because she's so new. But there we go. That's a little bit better. Let's get her to the side here. There we go. That's a little bit better. So there is Gryshaa the Slytherer. What do you guys think? We go through. So this is the time where I like to take some comments, some remarks, some whatever ideas. Yes, it's a she. It is a she. Gryshaa is a woman's name. No, that's okay, Derek. Don't worry, buddy. You can always play it back, you know. You can always play the review back if you want to. Usually YouTube, whenever something live goes up, usually right away after I end the stream, it's right up. So you can go back and check it if you want. But actually, in her profile, it does not say the word she. But I'm assuming it's a she. Because the majority of this wave is female, I would say. So I think it's a she. I think it's a good thing we have a female assassin now. You know, we got like a ton of males in the first wave. I think it was pretty much all men in the first wave. So this is the female wave. It's pretty much very similar to what Marauders did. Marauders did like all males, wave 1, and then wave 2, they did the Valkyries. So very similar to that. Yeah, it is a beautiful looking figure. I got to say that. So she does look awesome. Let me go back here in case I missed any. By chance, can I see the Vampire Knight with his full helmet if it's possible? I think I have him here. I can do a little comparison with him. Where did he go? Did he go take a nap somewhere? Where did I put him? I just did him. Oh wait, I might have brought him downstairs actually. But here, let me get her standing up. I'll do some size comparisons. Get her arm down, get her neutral here, or as neutral as I can possibly get her. Come on, work with me, leg. There we go. All right, get this out of the way, get that out of the way, and I'll bring in Sir Gideon. He's been our little co-host here. He's been my buddy. He's been helping me out with these reviews. So here's Sir Gideon next to the new body. That's Wave 1's body. This is Wave 2.0. And obviously he is taller, he is bulkier, wider, beefier. He's just a beefier figure than she is. She's a little bit smaller than him, which I think fits. I imagine she takes off her helmet and her hair's in the shape of the blue spire on her helmet. Kind of reminds me of this is what I saw when I first saw the prototype for it. I was like, oh, it looks like a snow cone kind of, or like an ice cream cone. Like how ice cream comes out of the machine. That was funny. But yeah, I could see that. It would be funny if she took her helmet off. She doesn't come with an alternate head, but I feel like being an assassin, you want to, you kind of want to have the mystique of you don't know who's behind the helmet. And the other thing is like if you wanted to imagine that this is someone else, or if you want to use a Marvel Legends head, female head down the road, you could always go that route and probably pop that on if you wanted to. You might have to use a little bit of Dremling. I haven't tried to do it, but I know the neck pegs are larger on them, so you might have to Dremel a little bit on the Marvel Legends head if you're going to do that. So there is that comparison with Sir Gideon, Heaven's Brand. Oh, Sir Gideon. Oh. Then here we have a Motu classic, one of my favorite Motu classics. The closest thing that we're going to get to a Conan the Barbarian figure. Updated wise. I'm still hoping, man. I'm still hoping and praying that NECA makes a Conan the Barbarian figure. Man. I'd die a happy man if that happened. Just to check that off the list. Be very, very awesome. Finally, a reason to use that X23 head. Yeah. Dude, man, I can't believe how cheap X23 is. You can get it for like $12. It's crazy. So I guess you could use either or. You could use the X23 Wolverine head, or you could use the X23 from the Deadpool wave head. You could use either one of those, probably. But yeah, so there's your little comparison with a Motu figure. I already showed that yesterday, but they fit right in with Motus. So if you wanted to go that route, I'll go downstairs really quick and I'll grab that. I know someone wanted to see the Vampire Knight, so I'll grab that. You stay up there, buddy. You stay up there. That didn't take too long. That didn't take too long. All right, so per request, here's the Vampire Knight. There you go. He looks pretty awesome. So it's pretty much the same body. Different boots used on him, though. Down here. Different shin guards as well. I want to say it's different pretty much from the knee down. Knee down is different. The thigh armor is the same. The leg armor, belt, same. Chest armor, same. Shoulder armor, same. So that is the similarities between the two. There is a little bit of differences. Also, the gauntlets are different. And the hands are different. So, but there is your Vampire Knight. So, she's got a little bit of height on her due to this this little spindle on her head. It looks like a dreidel head. Gryshaa, 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 I made you out of plastic. So I don't know what that was. But there is Gryshaa the Slytherer. I really like her. She's going to look really good next to the rest of the baddies that we have here. Yeah, so that's pretty much it here. I'm going to cut it at 30 minutes. I think that's actually too long. I was going to try and keep this at 20 minutes. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Be sure to hit that like button. Hit the thumbs up. Please, it's free to do. It helps my channel. If you like the content, why not help me out? You know, help my channel out. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. That always helps. Hit the bell twice for notifications. That's what you have to do now. You have to hit it twice so you get all of my notifications. And especially if I'm going to keep pumping these figures out, you're going to want to get those notifications right away. So be sure to hit the bell twice until you see little parentheses above the bell. That's how you get all notifications. If you only hit it once, you only get occasional notifications. So that's YouTube's little FU to all of us creators, is to change things up more and more. So, you know, make things more difficult on creators to try and get people to watch our content. Anyway, but that's pretty much going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this review as much as I did. Thank you so much. Come on back tomorrow. I'll be doing another review. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the flip side.